Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Ninth Legion. Let's play some more Star Wars Empire at War, Thrawn's Revenge, and we're going to go straight off the bat with an invasion
Complete.
with Admiral Akbar of Telos. So, do you have someone in command of your fleet? Yes, you've got a Pathfinder.
Construction complete.
Let's go. Let's see what they've had time to build up. So, it's been a while since we've launched an attack, and they have got some units defending. They've only got level 1 space station here, so we shouldn't expect too much. But we'll probably see a couple of golem platforms. And it looks like they've been building some gladiators. They do still have a level 3 shipyard, which I've kind of foolishly left alone. So they could be building Star Destroyers out there. We'll have to see. Alright, there's our Pathfinder unit, clearing the way for the rest of the fleet. Hopefully you're going to give us sensor data, and ooh, that was actually quite a big swarm of ships there, so
Armed and ready.
I'm not going to send you directly towards them. That would probably be a bad idea. Let's speed up time a bit and see if we get any sensor data.
The enemy has been spotted.
Okay, what are we actually looking at? Okay, it's not as bad as I thought. Most of them appear to be Nebulon Bs. Maybe some Nebulon B2s in there as well? Yeah. Okay, that is almost nothing to worry about. Only got 2 gladiators. If they had a whole fleet of gladiators, I'd have been really worried about skip ray blast boats, because those are really good bombers. As it is, they haven't got enough of them to really matter. You can start clearing up TIE fighter squadrons for me, which you are amazing at. So I'm just going to leave you to go to town on all those TIE fighter squadrons that are leaving the battle zone. What is that? They've got their own Corellian Corvette. Is that actually a paid-for unit? You shouldn't be spawning them, so that is actually a paid-for Corellian Corvette. You know what? I don't want you to have a Corellian Corvette. I would like you very much not to have that, so say hi to a strike cruiser.
Ready for action.
Which should be actually able to make pretty short work of you, so focus your firepower. Yeah, you should melt in front of the firepower from these things. They've got a lot of guns. Not many. Their defenses aren't very good, but strike cruisers have a lot of good guns.
Watch for enemy ships.
There we go. You're dead. Perfect. Your fighter squadrons can take over those guys for me. Take out those Raptors. Have they got another one? No. Okay. I could see a dot there. It didn't look like a fighter squadron for a minute. And you're actually... Oh, look at this. They're being brave. The AI is actually being brave, and it's sorting part of their fleet away from the defensive platforms. That's going to make it really easy to kill a lot of this stuff. And oh man, look at all those fighters. And they're bringing out some of the Nebulon Bs as well. Okay, let's have a little bit of a fun. Let's have some fun here. Say hi to just all the MCATBs you've ever seen, for a start. And then, because all those bombers and fighters behind, have a bunch of those. Because we've got Admiral Akbar, let's just drop him in to say hi. And let's have another MCAT Home 1 type as well.
Taking him out. Target locked.
That should be enough firepower to deal with a lot of this. Admiral Akbar, focus on that, focus on that, focus on that. You can, well, you blown up his engines already, which is pretty good work. Where's that other Nebulon? Oh, it's running through it. Can you focus that down for me? That'd be lovely.
I copy, sir.
Okay, you guys can come down here and start clearing up all these bombers. That looks beautiful. Admiral Akbar's having a fun old time with you. Focus firepower, please. Okay, that took out a number of their defending ships, and we managed to take out a lot of their fighter squadrons. That's going to make life a lot easier. That Nebulon B did get away though, so fine. Switch your fire to that ship for me. You switch your fire to that for me.
Choose your reinforcements.
Let's see. Have a Star Destroyer. Play around with that as well.
What do you suggest?
You lot. Oh, all my fighters are already engaging. Well, that's fine.
Readying weapons.
Everyone come down here and start engaging that golem platform. They don't have very many fighters left at this point. Foolish couple of squadrons coming in the back there. You guys can start coming down and having fun as well. Is anyone not attacking at this point? No, it looks like we're pretty good, right?
Star Destroyer standing by.
You are just wrecking ships left, right and centre down here. Beautiful.
Order confirmed.
Okay,
Destroy
I
the
think we should
shield
be just quite fine to survive this, so let's just go for cinematic camera. They do still have some Nebulon Bs around, and a Nebulon B2 in the background there, but as soon as it comes in range of anything, it's just going to die. I don't have any Nebulon Bs deployed, so these are all enemy ships we're watching exploding. Now, building Nebulon Bs for the Rebel Alliance is not a bad idea, because you do get decent fighter squadrons for them. Building them as one of the Imperial Remnant factions or a Warlord faction, where you're deploying TIE fighters and TIE interceptors, probably a lot less worthwhile. Because the fighters you get from them are just so much worse. TIE Raptors are okay, but that's Zinja's faction only. And you can actually see some of them making a bombing run on our MC-80 Home 1 type there. Damn, that Gladiator's still alive. I ordered one of our Home 1 types to target that. I'm surprised that thing survived. They are surprisingly tough, but not that tough.
I'll take care of this. They're coming in quick.
Oh, there we go. It's turned around to make a fight of it, and is going to have a very bad day, I think. Oh, in fact, yeah, it's going up against a Star Destroyer, so that's just going to be a really bad day.
We are victorious.
Not too shabby. Okay, they took some fairly heavy losses there and didn't cost us anything in return, so I'm pretty happy with our performance there. Let's leave behind one of our assault frigates to just hold the orbit of that world and move on to the next.
Assault frigate
Tactical
here.
battle.
Oh,
imminent.
hello. Now this is more interesting. So level 2 space station, and they've got some Lucahulk battleships. Now I wonder if you... I've never actually built one of those. I've never played the faction that gets them. So do you build those at a level 2 or a level 3? Because if you build those at a level 2, that's actually pretty powerful. They are not small ships, and they do deploy a lot of fighters. And it looks like they've got 4 of them, plus a level 2 space station, and I'm going to imagine we're going to be facing a number of defensive platforms as well. Let's speed up time and see what we're actually facing.
Enemy unit
There we go. They've got some strike cruisers in there as well. A number of strike cruisers, actually. Some gladiators mixed in at the back there. Yeah, we've given them time to build up stuff like this. I mean, it's not like a fleet of Star Destroyers or anything, but that's still a decent concentration of firepower. And they've got a lot of TIE Raptors. They've got the V-19 Torrents from the Clone Wars. Look at all those bombers heading out. Okay. Might have to be a little bit careful with this. What defenses have they got? 1 Golan 1. Okay, I'm surprised. They could have built Golan 1 and Golan 2s here, so... I don't know why they wouldn't have, unless they've just been spending all their money on Lucahulks. Are you flying into an asteroid field? If you want to fly into an asteroid field, that's fine. You will take damage from it. Okay, ooh, how are you doing? You're kind of getting attacked by stuff.
Ready to fire. Moving into position.
Yeah, they've got a lot of fighters coming in our way, and some of these old ones, they might be old Clone Wars fighters, but they still have either concussion or... I'm not sure what kind of... They've got missiles or torpedoes, I'm not sure.
Choose
So
your
let's not let them pick off
Ball out.
my Corvette.
Let's move out.
You can see the shield starting to lose power there. Let's drop in a couple more
Let's go.
Corvettes and actually start clearing up some of these fighters. Because they are going to have a lot of them. I mean, look at this swarm coming in down here. That has a lot of TIE bombers. That's probably enough to one-shot a Corvette, so we've got to be a bit careful here.
Form up.
Yeah, let's take this slow and steady. We're going to start wearing down their fighters first, I think. Let's make sure we're prioritising bombers over TIE interceptors. And they're actually choosing to back off a bit here rather than heading straight on in.
Commencing.
This is where it's going to get dangerous. Good lord.
Order confirmed. Attack. Fire.
Yeah, look at the shields melting on those. I'm trying to switch targets so we can start picking off ones as they
Attacking
fire.
target. Fire at will. Attacking.
Okay, that's not too bad. We didn't actually take any major damage. Oh god, the strike cruisers. Okay, they have brought in some major warships. MC-80Bs, please save us, because those will rip me apart. That's a carrot cruiser and a strike cruiser. That will cause me problems. In fact, yeah, oh god, they are causing us a lot of problems. No, don't die, pull back, pull back. What's the more? Yeah, take out the strike cruiser first. They got more than one. Oh, they've got another carrot back there. Okay, you get it. You get your own MC-80B, basically. Everyone gets an MC-80B. You get an MC-80B, and you get an MC-80B, and you get an MC-80B. Oh god, no. Wow, I'm not paying attention. They've actually brought up a large chunk of their fleet. And a lot of firepower. I'm going to need you guys back here, because they've got a lot of fighters. Let's get a Home 1 type dropped in. Let's get Admiral Akbar dropped in. Get another one of those. Han Solo, come play. Okay, you two focus on that guy as he's right between you. That one took a lot of damage and is falling back. Perfect. Okay, well, at least we're kind of engaging this away from the defense platforms. Oh, they do have 2 defense platforms down here. Looks like the other Luca Hulks are coming up to join in the fun. But as big and as powerful as they are, they shouldn't be able to handle the firepower of this many Mon Cal ships. And our corvettes should be able to keep the fighters off us, hopefully. Where's that light bar? Focus your firepower on the shield generator, please. Okay, corvettes are having fun. We've definitely got fighter supremacy, and I think we've cleared off a lot of their bomber squadrons early on. Oh, you, however, are a problem. Where's my strike cruiser? Yeah, you two, if you wouldn't mind, just focus that guy down for me, because he will play around with my fighters, and I don't like that. Thank you. That's a fresh Luca Hulk coming in. We'll engage that. Not sure what happened to the first one. It might have fallen back, or it might have died.
Reporting in.
It looks like it died, actually. That's okay.
Fire.
Yeah, these are big ships, which actually kind of plays against them, because you can't fit very many of them into the same space. Smaller, more compact ships like MC-80Bs actually have an advantage over larger ships like this, where they have a lot of guns, but the guns are spread out. MC-80B is a good design because it's small, compact, and the firepower is focused. They can't go toe-to-toe with a Star Destroyer, but, you know, not many things can, let's be honest. Right, that's 2 Luca Hulks down. What I'm going to do is actually start organising our forces here. We're kind of getting a bit scattered, so let's actually just pull everyone to this position quickly.
Setting course.
Yeah, everyone start forming up before we get too scattered. We did lose a corvette early on, and I think one of the other ones is badly damaged. Yeah, it's taken at least a third of its health off, but other than that we're doing fine. They've still got a lot of fighters down here. Considering how many fighter squadrons we've wiped out, this is pretty impressive. And of course, you are still going to be producing 3 ships for them. I'm tempted to actually bring in a Star Destroyer or 2 behind you. Could I afford 2 Star Destroyers in the rear here? No. Damn, I'm 1 point over. If I lost another Corvette, I could actually bring in 2 Star Destroyers and just destroy that station very quickly. We would get swarmed by all the slot though, so let's play it slow and steady. We'll bring in the entire fleet, I think. We're just going to do this en masse.
Yes,
so
Commander.
we will bring in a Star Destroyer or 2 just to bulk up the firepower we've got. Maybe a Dreadnought or 2 at the back as well. That'd be useful. And some more fighters.
Maximum unit capacity.
Ooh, how did I manage that? 42 out of 40. Okay. Not quite what I intended, but sure, I'll take it. Let's wait for the carrier to launch all its fighters. So we should get 3 squadrons out of that. Yep, okay. So deployed all 3, they're just all stacked up on top of each other.
Coordinates received.
Okay.
I am with you.
Entire fleet will now head down and we'll start engaging some of the stuff here. In fact, we're going to focus our firepower on the Golan platform. Actually, no, we're just going to move to this point. Just move to that point in space with the entire fleet and murder everything that comes in front of us. I don't think we need to worry too much about the amount of firepower they've got. We'll see. They've got a lot of bombers up there. My fighters should start moving forward and engaging them because they are just on attack move. Ooh, that's a lot of bomber strikes going in. Okay, that MC-80 might be in a bit of trouble. Yeah. Okay. Power to the shields. Are the shields on? Boost shield power. Okay. Don't boost shield power. Run away instead. How's that for a plan? You died a bit quicker than I intended there, I'll be honest. Okay, oh god, that is a lot of fighters. Jesus. Okay, I'm trying to tell you to get out of there, but you're just heading straight into the enemy. Mistakes may have been made here. Mistakes may have been made. What is happening over here? Han Solo, get in the fight, you goddamn coward. Get over there. Okay, all fighters should be just kind of engaging everything that's in front of them. That would be lovely right now. Where's my Corvettes? I'm going to need those Corvettes. God damn. I don't know why the shield boost ability will turn on. I also don't know why you're going this way. I've told you to turn around and head to the back corner of the map, but you apparently got yourself stuck, so you're just kind of going to die now. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what everyone's shooting at here. Can we kill that space station? Because that would be lovely. Kill that space station, and then kill this. I'll be a very happy man.
Standing by. Reporting in.
Okay, Akbar, focus your firepower on that. They've already lost their shields. Han Solo has joined the battle, which is lovely.
Half blaster will travel.
Acknowledged.
There you go. Let's take you guys, bring you over here. This is still launching fighters, so we need to keep the fighter momentum up. This group, we'll take this battle group, and I think we're just going to try and take out this station entirely, because they're still spawning in reinforcements, and I'd like them to not spawn in reinforcements. What are you doing over here? Okay, I don't even know how you got over there, but feel free to focus down that. Okay. Let's bring another MC-80 over here, actually. We're going to need a bit of extra firepower, because there's a golden one. Yeah, they've got a couple of... Is that mine? No. Ooh, okay. You stay back. Strike cruiser. Focus down that corroding corvette for me. The dreadnought, yeah. Just get in on stuff for me. Look around. Okay, there's that now.
I am with you. Target confirmed. Yes.
Okay, that's going to die pretty quickly. Bring you around. Let's start taking on some of these Kara cruisers.
Awaiting your command. Our target priority is the laser cannons. The lasers are our target. Our target priority is the laser cannons. We've got them on scopes.
Man, why have they got all these corvettes from? They must be spawning from the space station, I guess. Oh god, there's still a... Where did that come from? I did not see that at all. That has just been sitting here shooting me this entire time, and I have not paid any attention. Okay, that's a bit bad. Let's move you a bit further away. You're blowing stuff up left, right, and centre. That's beautiful. Good lord, I don't know how I missed an entire battleship just sitting behind me. I mean, these guys must have flown past it to get to the space station, but just not paying attention, I guess.
Holding fire for maximum
Yeah, let's increase firepower of these guys and just rip that thing to pieces. They shouldn't have very much left. In fact, I don't think they've really got anything left apart from a few fighters. Oh, one Kara cruiser is getting absolutely destroyed. One corvette that's going to go down momentarily.
The enemy has been defeated.
Man, they had a lot of those corvettes. I wonder if they were all free units or if they actually paid for some. Let's see, how many corvettes did we actually kill? None. They didn't actually have any corvettes there at all. Those were all free corvettes from the level 2 space station. Damn. 5 Lucahulk battleships. That's actually one more than I thought they had. 4 strike cruisers. That's actually a lot of firepower. Yeah, so that MC-8 Home 1 type, that was just a misclick on my part. Not sure why the shield ability didn't fire. Could have saved it. But also the pathing was a problem because I told it to turn around and it just went straight on forward because it couldn't see a way back through the fleet. Which is a bit annoying. But, yeah. We can afford losses such as these. Now, I will leave behind a couple of ships, actually, because we could get attacked from behind. So, that's a decent fleet. That should be able to hold for the time being, just in case something massive comes out of the Severo. And again, I just want to keep moving forward with Admiral Akbar, so let's move on Bonadan and see what they got there. That's a level 1 space station.
Battle imminent.
But they've still managed to get a pretty big fleet there. That's interesting. I wonder if they're building fighters. Now, the New Republic in this situation would just be building tons and tons of fighters, which can be very difficult to deal with because New Republic fighters are really good. They, however, seem to be focusing on building more support ships, Nebulon Bs, Gladiators. But the problem with that is it doesn't give them a very strong backbone. They're very good support ships, but they just can't stand up to the concentrated firepower of a full
Send
fleet.
reinforcements.
They do have Golan 1s here. Now, that is for... Okay, so they've got 4 Gladiators. That means they've got 8 squadrons of Squidway blast boats, plus a bunch of TIE bombers. Oh, they've even got a Quasar Fire in there. Interesting. I wouldn't mind wearing down a few of the fighter squadrons first, so if they're going to start pulling back to the Golan platforms, I'm going to bring in... Yeah, we're going to do the same thing again. I'm going to bring in a couple of corvettes, just try and wear down a few of the fighter squadrons to start off with. It'll make life easier going forward. And I'm not in a massive rush to charge the enemy fleet, so you guys can just start kind of flying up towards this area. They will probably rally back here, see I've got a couple of corvettes, and then turn around and come after me. So we might be able to destroy a couple of these away from the Golan platforms. Sometimes they do that, sometimes not. What I want to do is get these bomber squadrons coming after me. I've got a lot of scattered fighters.
Reinforcements
Damn.
cancelled.
Can't drop into the asteroid field. That would have been useful. TIE Interceptors and TIE Fighters. I really don't care about killing those. It's TIE Raptors and the bombers I want to get after. Like that squadron there. Can we focus firepower on that, please? There we go. Oh, and here we go. Now they're coming out after me. Right. Yeah.
Guns at the ready. Moving out.
This is what we were looking for.
Yes, sir. Keep going. I copy, sir. Ready to fire. Ready to fire. Firing target.
And now the Gladiators are coming in. Okay.
Commencing.
I'm going to sacrifice a few of these corvettes to actually just wear out all these bombers, because these bombers aren't deadly.
Open fire. Attack that target.
Okay, that's not bad. We've done a fair bit of damage there. Alright, let's bring some actual proper
Forward.
firepower in.
Heading there now. Heading for coordinates. Consider it done.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Moving. All ahead.
Reinforcements
Battle line of dreadnoughts at the back here should be able to rip through a lot of these support ships pretty quickly. Yep, that was pretty effective. I think we lost a couple of corvettes there. Well, maybe actually I think we lost 2 corvettes. But we suckered them out, took out a lot of their fighters, and destroyed a couple of ships, which I'm pretty happy about. Stop the dreadnoughts there. You guys have done good work. We've still got some fighters coming in behind us.
Roger that.
Not very many to worry about. What's left up here? Some TIE Raptors.
Stay in attack formation.
Yeah, that worked beautifully. Now, they will be spawning more fighters. They will be able to launch and deploy a few more, but as you can see, the swarms have cleared up nicely. What can I do with the dreadnoughts? I'm tempted... Actually, you know what? I'm going to double down on dreadnoughts, I think.
All ahead.
At maximum unit capacity.
That is a lot of firepower. Even if we don't use the weapon boost ability, that is still a lot of firepower against the kind of forces they've got left here. So, what I'm going to do... If I can close that, please.
Heavy cruiser standing by.
8 dreadnoughts.
What do you suggest?
I can get behind that. Move up this way. I'm going to just hammer down each and every ship they've got. Because again, dreadnoughts are actually quite small and compact, so you get a lot of firepower in a small amount of space, which is, well, very, very useful. Might also be able to pick off that Nebulon B as well as we're flying past. But I want to take out that carrier because that will launch more ships. It's also got very weak defences, so it will also die almost instantly. Yeah, the shields on these things are trash. That's the fire of like 2 dreadnoughts just stripping the shields away entirely. And now, basically everything is dead. Take on this gladiator for me. We are losing shields fairly quickly. Dreadnought shields aren't great, but their armor's not bad, so I don't know. Let's see what we can do. And while we're doing this, let's bring up the fighters as well.
Standing by. Reporting it. Acknowledge. Bombers at the ready. Yes, command. They're coming around. Countering resistance. Target's gonna be found. I can't hold out.
Oh, that was a pigeon flying into my bedroom window. Never sure why that happens, but it scares the crap out of me every time it does. Okay, their shields are down. I'm going to boost weapon power. This is a bit dangerous because it will take down my shields, but we will tear through this Golem platform now the shields are gone. Look how quickly that thing dies. I know we've got 8 dreadnoughts firing on it, but even so, that's a lot of firepower. If I can actually target some of these ships as well, that'd be nice. I've got so many fighters flying around, I can't target the Nebulon Bees. Which is a little bit of a problem, I'll admit. We're also taking fire from the other Golem platform, so we should probably turn around and engage that. Or maybe finish off that Dreadnought, I'm not sure. We can do both. Well, let's do both. Oh, there's still a Nebulon Bee there. Okay, that's dead. That's dead. We haven't actually lost a Dreadnought yet, which I'm kind of surprised at. I figured I'd end up sacrificing a couple of them. Can I get all the fighters in this as well? That would actually help. Come on, I'm pretty certain I said all the fighters should go and attack this. Don't make me a liar, I said all the fighters were going to attack it. I can't boost weapon power again because they have the timer still cooling down, but we should be able to do this. A couple of dreadnoughts are getting low, but I think we're actually going to survive this. The most damaged one is actually the furthest away, which is nice. And yet, you're down. Okay, dreadnoughts are the key to victory. You don't need MCDBs or Home 1 types or Admiral Akbar. You just need dreadnoughts to just murder everything.
Holding fire for maximum effect.
Glorious. We lost one Corellian Corvette during that quick counterattack they did, and took out everything else they had. So they've actually only got like 2 planets left now. Let's see. We will leave a Corvette behind
Artillery
there.
online.
Dreadnought cruiser ready.
Still got a Pathfinder there. Let's take Ession, because that's just one level 1 space station. This should be a fairly quick battle.
Tactical battle.
Well, they've got a bunch more gladiators. I think Desevro will be the big last battle we're going to have here. That's our last level 3 space station, so we could be facing some Star Destroyers there. Been a while since we've seen an enemy Star Destroyer. They've been focusing on their Lucahulks more. Or they could just have like 18 Lucahulks there. That would also be impressive and terrifying in equal measure.
This way.
Let's see what they've got here, though. I did see a swarm of ships down here. Yeah, look at all that. Again, we can probably break that with nothing but dreadnoughts, but I want to bait out some of these fighter squadrons. So...
Choose your reinforcements.
Right away. Heading out. All out. Let's move out. Waiting orders.
Don't mind me while I just murder an entire academy's worth of Imperial fighter pilots.
Attacking target. Fire at will. Attacking. Targeting.
These are so good at killing fighters, it's ridiculous. Admittedly, these are TIE fighters, and they are fairly useless, but even so. Oh, okay, the bombers are coming in. Perfect. Are the support ships coming after them? Yes, they are. Okay, stop. We don't want to go any closer. Focus on the nearest bomber squadron, please. Just kind of murder them all. Focus on the TIE bomber squadron. And that TIE bomber squadron. And now I'm actually going to turn around. Can we actually bait them away, maybe? The problem with these Corvettes is they can't really fire behind, so... But we can boost power to engines and just get away. Reduces the rate of fire for the guns, but they're still pretty good at killing stuff even then. And that will give us time for our shields to recover. And we can just keep baiting their support ships away from the Golem platforms. Now they have left a couple down here, but I mean, almost no fighters with them. In fact, yeah, keep pulling away, just pull away all the way up there. They do have some firepower behind, just not very much. Okay, their forward fire arcs are much more impressive than the rear fire arcs. So what have they actually pulled out? Not much, actually. A carrier. That has a lot of bombers, though. Now, you know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? It's going to be Dreadnought Day again. I think it's just got to be Dreadnought Day.
Engines to full.
I just want Dreadnoughts. I like Dreadnoughts. They are...
All
They're not
ahead.
the greatest looking ships, but you've got to respect what they can do.
Moving.
Which is
All ahead.
basically
Engines to full.
murder everything in front of them. And we're just going to concentrate firepower, please. Pick out one target and absolutely murder it almost instantly. We are launching... Ooh, wow. Okay, you took a lot of damage very quickly. Maybe switch fire to this guy quick.
Copy.
Okay, you guys can turn around and join
Underway.
us. You'll fly through a swarm of bombers, but you should have a pretty fun time just murdering them all. That Dreadnought did take a lot of damage there. Right, finish off that Nebulon B. You are pretty much wrecked. You've got one quad laser cannon left. Now you don't even have that. And the Corellian corvettes are just going to fly back through this formation of bombers and wreck them. In fact, the Dreadnoughts put out so much firepower that they can actually destroy a lot of bombers on their own. Good lord, that was a slaughter and a half. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how that went. They have got some bombers getting away up
I
there.
copy.
Let's chase them down.
Moving into position.
With you,
Reporting.
got the
Full
engine so
speed.
you can get there faster. Right, let's turn these guys around and start heading for that Golem platform, which is almost completely undefended at this point.
Moving.
Awaiting your orders. Yes, Commander. Moving out.
And you
Ready.
managed to destroy a squadron.
On my way.
Perfect. How many X-Wing squadrons have we got?
Dreadnoughts,
Well, we've got a
cruisers
decent amount of X-Wing squadrons as well. Bring them down. Now, Dreadnoughts are slow, so this is going to take a while to get across the system. They are launching more fighters from here. The hangar base should have... Actually, I'm not sure how many replacement squadrons they get from the hangar base. It might just be unlimited. They might just keep spawning them. Ships generally have a limit on how many they can spawn, so we shouldn't see any more Skipper blast boats or anything like that. And you'll be spawning a few TIE fighters and TIE bombers, but nothing to really care about. Right.
Heavy cruiser standing by.
9 Dreadnought heavy cruisers. Would you mind? Would you kindly?
Firing turbo blasters.
Yeah, just kind of destroy that for me.
At your command.
We'll bring up
Orders,
these
sir.
as support.
Right away. Keep your eyes open for those
You
fighters.
kind of just stay at the back because you've taken a lot of damage so far.
Dreadnought cruiser ready.
Okay, the shields are already down on that. Beautiful.
Ready for command. Ready for action.
Let's bring up the corvettes because they're starting to bring some bombers forward. I'm not long for this world, but they might get through the shields on that weakened one, which is what I'm worried about. Okay, Golem platform is down. 9 Dreadnoughts is clearly the way to go. This is a superior strategy to all strategies I've tried before.
Heavy cruiser standing by.
We're already targeting that. Okay, yep. I want to get some shots in this line of Dreadnoughts coming in. It's not the most impressive looking fleet, but by God it gets the work done. Okay, let's get you focusing some targets before you do get destroyed. Like that Nebulon B2.
Standing by.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I
All of
copy,
you
sir.
guys just move down and start
Moving out.
engaging stuff. All of
Calling
you
for
guys
me,
start
sir.
down and move engaging stuff. And all Dreadnoughts, concentrate your firepower on the Golem defense platform, please. Ooh, okay, another one's lost shields and is taking some damage. Yeah, we should be able to handle this pretty quickly though. I think we will actually
Targeting at
intensify
maximum
our forward firepower and just tear this Golem platform to pieces. We don't need shields, not when you've got 9 Dreadnoughts firing on stuff. You don't need shields in that situation. You don't need shields at all. Shields are for people who don't have 9 Dreadnoughts to murder everything in front of them. Yeah, like they're not even meant to be targeting this space station, but they're just going to kill it as they fly past it, which is kind of impressive. I admit, I like the dedication to just overwhelming firepower that we have here. Yep, there goes the space station. There goes the carrier. They've just got a couple of Nebulon Bs left. Yeah, without actually being able to bring in X-Wings and Y-Wings, Nebulon Bs are just not worth it, I don't think. Admittedly, they're being shot at by 9 Dreadnoughts, so it's probably not a fair comparison, but I still don't think they're worth it for the Empire. I think you'd be better off with like Carrack Cruisers, stuff like that. Okay, there's Ession. Right, we'll have to leave someone in orbit of that until we can get around to a ground invasion. But they've basically only got the one planet left, which is entirely surrounded by New Republic fleets. I mean, we've got Luke Skywalker's fleet here, 13 MC-80Bs. We've got Admiral Akbar here with 12 MC-80Bs. And we've got this fleet here with 14 MC-80Bs. I think no matter how many Star Destroyers they've got in that system, we're probably going to be okay. But we're going to close this up next time, so I'm going to take a break here. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed all this. Do feel free to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you did. And hopefully I'm going to see you later on for the next one of these, which will probably be the last one of these. Bye.